Yeah, the keynote today, the first keynote speakers from Visa and Transit for London were quite impressive because they really showed a real implementation of how to use contactless technology in a mega city, more than 10 million people living here, taking the subway every day, and it's really perfect to see how that works. And that's really a breakthrough, that you do not need any proprietary cards. You can use your cards whenever you are here and use it, and that was really a breakthrough. And I found it very interesting to see how they teamed up. I think the banks were involved, the payment providers were involved, Transit for London was involved, and they really made it happen that it's easy for the user to use the contactless technology. I think the contactless industry in the last 5 to 10 years has really done a good job to introduce contactless technology and make it happen in real-life implementations, and Infineon was a big part of that. And I think we have done a good job, and in those projects like here or also in Singapore, we can really see how this technology helps to push the customer experience. And I would say that's really a great success to see, we are on the right way to make contactless technology happen, and there are more things to come. The way of people talking about open standards is something where we need to still work on. I mean, open standards are perceived as, I would say, a global standard that works like an ICAO standard for electronic passport. But open standards in terms of talking about transport projects, I think it's a bit different, because transport projects are they can be localized standards, local standards from a country, from a city. They can also be an open standard because everybody can compete openly. On the other hand, you have international standards, and here's where CIPURSE comes into the game. CIPURSE offers a solution for a transport operator looking for an interoperable open standard to upgrade the system. And this is, I think, where CIPURSE is a good example for. But CIPURSE is not the only open standard. The EMVCo is nice because you can use all of your contactless cards in any of those projects where EMVCo is used as an open standard. So I think the way we talk about open standards still needs to be fine-tuned. We need to talk about the interoperability of cards, of products, of infrastructure, and not about how the implementation is done. That can be, let's say you can download an application, a Transport for London application or a Singapore CIPURSE application onto your mobile phone, and you can run it parallel on your mobile phone as long as the infrastructure is standardized. And then this is for me a real open standard to make infrastructure interoperable. The Open Standards Forum for us was a good opportunity to, let's say, put the right light on what an open standard or what open standards are all about. We believe there are a few trends in the smart industry. One is definitely contactless technology. Contactless brings convenience, a good customer experience, and you need open standards for that. Without an open standard, contactless is an endless fine-tuning of chips and infrastructure, and that will be a nightmare in terms of cost and investing into new infrastructure, a return of investment, and so on. So I think contactless without open standards will not work. The second trend for the smart industry is multi-application. So the convergence of mobile communication, of payment cards, of transport, and here I believe that without an open standards, multi-application will not work, because again, you need to do too much fine-tuning on your devices, on the infrastructure. So multi-application and contactless will only work with open standards. I think it's now about talking about bringing products or projects from an, let's say, isolated small projects into a mass market. And if you look at the mass market, you need to talk about high volume. You need to talk about return of the investment the operators needs to do, and you need to talk about let's say multiple users having a very good experience. And this is where I believe that only open standards can help to move from those proprietary solutions to real mass market implementations. And open standards like CIPURSE helps to make the right decision for infrastructure players and also end users.